the Catechism of Perseverance. Course 1, Chapter 18. Necessity and perpetuity of faith in the mystery of the redemption. History of Job. Question: was our Savior born for all men without exception? Answer: our Savior was born for all men without exception. He is the Savior of all, says the Apostle, but more so of the faithful. Question: what must we conclude from this? Answer: from this we must conclude that God has given to all men always the necessary graces to acquire a sufficient knowledge of the mystery of redemption and to work out our salvation. Question: explain this truth? Answer: it is certain that the Jews have always expected a Redeemer. This exception was the first article of their creed. As to the pagans, they, like the Jews, were children of Adam and Noah. In wandering from the parent home, they carried with them the tradition of the fall of man and the first promise of a Redeemer. Question: were not these traditions altered? Answer: yes. These traditions were altered by gross fables, but we find portions of them sufficiently marked in the history of all pagan peoples. Moreover, St. Thomas says that the revelation of the Redeemer was made to a great number of Gentiles. Finally, there were among the Gentiles persons who foretold the birth of the Redeemer and were as prophets for the Gentiles. Question: which of them was most celebrated? Answer: the most celebrated of these prophets among the Gentiles was the holy man Job. He was an Eastern prince. He feared God and served him in all the uprightness of his heart. He was extremely rich. God permitted the devil to put his virtue to the test. In a single day, the devil took from Job all his riches and caused the death of all his 10 children. On hearing this afflicting news, Job contented himself by saying with great resignation, "The Lord gave, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Question: continue the history of Job? Answer: the devil, exasperated at not being able to make Job murmur against God, demanded permission to afflict his person. He obtained permission, and Job was immediately covered from head to foot with a most offensive, horrible leprosy. Poor, sick, and disgusting, he was obliged to sit down on a dunghill and with pieces of broken pot shards scrape off the matter running from his ulcers. Question: what other trial had Job to undergo? Answer: another painful trial was that his wife upbraided him in his misery and told him to curse God. God replied to her, "Thou hast spoken like one of the foolish women. If we have received good things at the hand of God, why should we not receive evil?" Question: what else happened? Answer: 3 princes, friends of Job, having learned his misfortunes, came to visit him. They maintained that Job had been guilty of some sin since God punished him thus. Job replied that he was innocent. His friends would not believe him. It was then that Job pronounced this beautiful prophecy of the Redeemer. "I know that my Redeemer liveth, and I shall be clothed again with my skin, and in my flesh I shall see my God, the witness of my innocence." Question: did God abandon the holy man Job? Answer: God did not abandon the holy man Job. He vindicated his innocence and required his friends to offer up a sacrifice of expiation. Job prayed for them, and God forgave them the pain they had caused that holy man. Afterwards, God gave to Job again as many children as he had before, 2-fold greater riches, and a long life and holy death.